All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, and name His Son Yahweh Shai. And, this just I'm just going off the dome. I ain't got no specific breakdowns written down, but it's gonna be a short video. But you tend to hear this answer a lot when you talking about the Bible because people have different opinions about the Bible. Always been like that. But you always have that one so-called woke Jake. We know when I say Jake, I'm referring to the 12 tribes of Israel because we come from Jacob. So I say Jake, talking about the so-called black man, right? You always have that one Jake that's in the Islam, that's spiritual. When you talking about the Bible, he always say the Bible is a white man book. Period. You're going to always have that one person be like, the Bible is a white man book. That's the reason why they don't believe in the Bible, because the Bible is a white man book. But if you ask them, have they read the Bible? They say no. But what make you say it's a white man book if you haven't read the Bible? You haven't read anything in the Bible. You haven't read one chapter in the Bible. But you're saying it's a white man book. How can you say that? How can you really say that the Bible is a white man book if you haven't read nothing in it? Because if you have read something in it, you'll understand. Oh, Ezekiel had locks. Disciples were called Niger. Paul was a so-called black man. Adam and Eve was formed from the dust of the ground, so they had to be so-called dark, so-called black. Christ was so-called black according to Revelation 1:14 and 1:15. The so-called the real Jews, are so-called black. So if you read the Bible, you will understand it's not no white man book. Period. But our people don't read. Our people don't read the Bible. They're going off what people are saying. If you just read this book, you'll understand that they don't know the curses of Deuteronomy 28 in this Bible. They don't know that because they haven't read it. If our people would have read the curses of Deuteronomy 28, they would understand it's not a white man book. But they don't want to read it because they got Christianity tied to our Bible, which is not their fault. They believe that the so-called white man gave us Christianity. Our people wasn't dealing with Christianity back then when we came up here to America. We wasn't dealing with that. We wasn't dealing with religion. Our people, all we had was these laws and commandments. That's what we had. We didn't have no religion. We wasn't having Christianity. We didn't have Islam. We didn't have Buddhism, all that, Judaism, all that. We didn't have that. We had the Bible. We had our commandments. We didn't have no religion. But Christianity tied they stuff so close to the Bible. This is why people don't want to read the Bible, because they think it's a white man book because of Christianity. But they don't understand. They don't understand that they took the Bible from us. We originally had the Bible. They took the Bible from us and they twisted words. They twisted these words around. Remind you, we couldn't read or write, so it was easy for them to finesse us. It was easy for them to finesse us. And when we did, if we did know how to read, we didn't have the understanding. We was just reading. We didn't understand what we was reading. So it's easy for them to finesse us and trick us with our book. They tricked us with our book. This is not their book. The white man did not create this book. If you read Ecclesiastes and Proverbs and the book of Sirach that's in the Apocrypha, there's no way in hell a white man wrote that. No way. No way. But they tricked us with our own book. Because remind you, when we came over here as slaves, we knew who we were. We knew that we was the Israelites. We knew that we wasn't black, which is a color. I'm not the color of my jacket. Am I really? If I was the color black, I'd be the color of my jacket right here. I'm not black. We knew that we weren't black. We were calling ourselves Israelites. We were calling ourselves Hebrew names. But they beat that out of us. They beat that out of us. Because if you beat the generation of people and kill them off, when the new generation of people grow up, they're not going to know nothing but what you teach them. So they beat off the generation that knew who we were. They beat us off, killed us. So the next generation that grew up, we had to learn from our slave master. And what he taught us? Christianity. That's the history right there. He taught us Christianity. But when we came over here as slaves, he took the Bible from us. It's a movie like that. It's a movie. I forgot what the movie called. Let me make sure this recording. I forgot what the movie called. But it was a movie. The slave got the Bible. No, the white man got the Bible in his hand, and the slave took it from him. I'll try to find that clip. He took it from him. Like, it's my book. It's our book. But when we came over here, we didn't have no choice. We couldn't be like, you can't take our book because we slaves. And you gotta understand the reason why we can't became slaves, because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandment of our living God. If we don't keep the commandments, if you don't do what the Most High say, He gonna punish you. He that type of God. He ain't that sweet type of loving God. He is to His people that He is, but at the same time it's balanced. You gotta have that loving side and that side that's disciplined. Just like with our parents. You got our parents that love us, but then they'll also discipline you if you do wrong. But they still love you, but they gotta discipline you. We was wicked as hell. People be like, oh, why he put us through slavery for? We didn't deserve to go through that. We did deserve to go through that. If you read the Bible, you'll understand how many chances He gave us. We just wicked as hell. As a people, the so-called blacks and Hispanics, as a people, we wicked as hell. We the only people, and I seen the video, I think it might have been GMS said this. We're the only people that will party in our captivity. We was partying in the wilderness. Now we partying right now in the land of our captivity. Our people don't even care that they slaves. Our people don't even realize that we slaves. We just want to party. You got to be wicked to want to party in your captivity. You got to. You happy as hell. You a happy slave in your captivity. So for you to say the white man wrote this book, you haven't been reading the book. It's simple. All you gotta do is read. You understand the so-called white man did not write this book. And if you read the Bible, according to Genesis 25, start at 23 to 25, the so-called white man would be Esau. They descend from Esau. We descend from Jacob. They descend from Esau. And if you read the Bible, if you read the book of Obadiah and Malachi, you'll be like, dang. The Bible talking on the so-called white man downfall, because he ruled everything. They rule the earth right now because we went off as a people. So if you really read the Bible, you will understand there's not a white man book, because the Bible talks on the white man downfall. If you just read the book of Obadiah, that's the whole. It's only one. It's one page. It talks about the white man whole downfall. And if you read the book, if you read 2nd Ezra that's in the Apocrypha, this 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world. So we know the so-called white man is Esau, because to be the end of the world, you have to be ruling right now. So who ruling right now is a nation of people. Who ruling right now? It's not rocket science to try to figure out who ruling the world right now. And Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So whoever ruling the world right now is the wicked. And it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So Jacob, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, because we come from Jacob, we the start of that new world, because we're going to be ruling. And the other nations going to be our slaves, according to Isaiah 14:1 and Revelation 13:10. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty more precepts. Psalms 147:9 through Psalms 147:9 through, let me get it. I got it right. I can pull it right now. I can pull the precepts right now to go into the other nations gonna be our slaves in the kingdom. Everybody just ain't gonna be in the kingdom, hand in hand, none of that. Prophecy gotta come to pass. Just because it's said in the Old Testament doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Prophecy still got to come to pass that didn't happen yet in the Old Testament. You got Deuteronomy 30:7. You got Psalms 137:8 and 9. You got Psalms 149:6 through 9. You got Psalms 68:21 through 23. You got Obadiah 1:15. You got Leviticus 25:44. You got Amos 1:11. You got Obadiah 1:18. You got Ezekiel 35:5 through 6, and you got 2nd Ezra 6:9, where I just read about Esau being the end of the world. So it's a lot of prophecy that's going to come to pass on these other nations for putting us in slavery. But our people haven't read the Bible at all, but want to say this is a white man book. And then you have some say it's a universal book, the Bible for everybody. It's not for everybody. This Bible is not for everybody. It's not. The Christian church like to use this Bible for every single body, but the Bible is not for everybody. The Most High is only talking to a specific group of people. He only talking to a specific group of people. This Bible is not for everybody. Everybody can't just say they can open this Bible and understand it, and then it relates to them. It doesn't relate to them. It doesn't. This Bible is only for the Israelites. This is our God. This is our history book. The school system only like the school system only teaches 1619. They don't tell us what we were before 1619. They only teach us about 1619. We were slaves. So our people thinking that we slaves. They ain't thinking we nothing else because that's what we was taught in school in history class, right? But the Bible tells us what we were before 1619. In the beginning of time, the Bible tells us what we were. This book is not for everybody. It's not no religious book either. This is our heritage book. Why do you think the white man had to take the book from us? Just look at the book of Eli. Look at the book of Eli and look watch the book of Eli. You will see a scene when the white man was trying to get the Bible from Eli. He said he needed it so he can rule the world. They took this Bible. They understand how powerful this book is. That's why they didn't want us to read it right, because they didn't want us to read and understand this Bible. You see Nat Turner. You see what Nat Turner did. He had understanding. Any place he could read, he started rebellion against his slave owner because he understood that they was his enemy and he understood that he was a slave. See, a lot of our people don't understand that they still slaves. So they cool with it. They cool. But the people that know they slaves right now, hey man, they went on the Most High vengeance. They meditate on Ezra 6 and 9, and Revelation 13 and 10, and Isaiah 14 and 1 every single day, because they understanding that they're a slave. But the people that don't understand they slaves, they ain't gonna meditate on this. They don't understand that. So you gotta understand this is not everybody's book. And you have some people be like, I'm not finna read that Bible. I'm not finna read that Bible. Man wrote that book. Well, why would I read something like that man wrote? Well, I hate to bust your bubble, but every book was written by man. Your favorite book was written by man, but you go by it, right? You go by that favorite book that you like, and it's written by man or woman. So why come they get to the Bible? Oh, I'm not reading the Bible because it's written by man. But every book had to be written by man. It's according by who it's written by. Luke 1 and 70 say it was written by righteous men. The Bible wasn't just written by no niggas. It wasn't just written by Tyrone on the side of the corner. It wasn't just written by Tyrone Jerome. Lil Tay. It wasn't written by those type of people. It was written by men of the Lord. So he used them to write the Bible. He wrote through them. It's a spirit. It's a spirit thing. He wrote through. He put the spirit on them to write the Bible. So you'll be a fool to say you're not going to read the Bible because it's written by man. But every single book that you read is written by man. That don't make sense. You got to understand that our people just be talking. They don't be thinking. And then you just got to, man, I'm going off the dome. So I'm just saying, you know what the Most High putting on my spirit, I'm coming off the dome. Everybody don't, like, you got to, nobody don't really understand, man. You got to understand this book. You got to understand. If you just open and read it instead of going off what people telling you, you'll understand. And you'll feel much better. You'll get so much wisdom out this book, man. Because your forefather and foremother wrote the book. You know, you have a lot of people say they want to, you have a lot of people that be like, man, I want to know more about my ancestors, man. I want to know where I come from. What I was doing before I came over here to America. What was our customs? People want to know that stuff, but they don't want to open the Bible and get the information. They want to know this stuff, but they'd rather be like questioning it instead of opening the Bible. This is your history book, man. Bible. All Bible means basic instructions before leaving earth. Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth. This is our instruction book, man. This tells you how to live. And I ain't talking about live physically. I ain't talking about just live physically. I'm talking about it teach you how to live spiritually. It tells you, it got a dietary law in it, man. This is like our manual book. It got a dietary law in it. This tells you what you can and cannot eat for a reason, though. It tells you, let me put y'all on some history for the people that might not know. This Bible got, this Bible got, it tells you our customs, what we was wearing. We was wearing fringes. It tells you what we were before we came over here. It got a dietary law. It tells you what you can and cannot eat for a reason. This is why people got damn. We number one in high blood pressure because we eating anything. We not following the dietary law. Let me put y'all on some game, man. Some of y'all probably already know this, but some of y'all probably don't. I'm gonna put y'all on some game, right? The Bible tells us in Leviticus 11, right, that we can't eat pork. But the people lose their mind when they hear that. What? We can't eat pork? What? What's wrong with pork? Pork is so good. I love bacon. I love ham. I love sausages. I love pepperoni pizza, right? But they don't understand how bad pork is. What can pork do to you, right? You got to understand about the pig. Before you eat something, you have to understand what you eating. You got to do your information on what you eating. And the Bible tells you, before it was internet, before you can look up anything, the Bible had it in here what you can and cannot eat. Because you got to understand the pig, right? And I did a video on this like multiple times, right? But the pig is one of the most dirtiest land animals, if not the dirtiest land animal in the world. Let me tell you why. A pig have no sweat glands. No sweat glands. Meaning a pig, whatever a pig eat stays inside him. A pig can't sweat. And a pig eat anything. That's why somebody say, man, you eat like a pig. They saying that because you eat anything. That means you eat a lot. You eat anything. A pig will eat me if I'm dead. If I'm dead right now on the ground and a pig see me, it'll come and eat me. And guess what? It can't sweat it can't sweat the toxins and stuff out of his body. So whatever he ate. So just say he just ate me. He can't sweat that out. So it stays inside him. And somebody come and kill that pig and cook that pig. You can't cook that stuff out. So you eating that dirty pig plus me. That pig just ate. And that pig will eat doo-doo. That pig will eat doo-doo, man. It'll eat anything. A pig will eat anything. That's how dirty a pig is. That's why people be getting sick. They wonder why they face all bumpy and stuff. They wonder why they got high blood pressure, why they heart be hurting, because they eating nasty foods, man. You eating unclean food. That pig is unclean. It was never made to be eaten. A pig was never made to be eaten. It was made to clean the earth because it's like a trash can. A pig eat anything. So you put that pig around, it'll eat anything, clean the earth. It was not made to be eaten. You know how much stuff they had to put in that pig to make it taste good? Imagine all the chemicals. Imagine all the stuff the so-called white man had to put in the pig to advertise it, to make it look good and taste good. Because you ain't tasting the stuff that pig ate, so they covering it up with all type of chemicals. So you also putting them chemicals inside your body too. So you eating that pig plus what it just ate, and also all them chemicals. And you wondering why you getting sick. Why your heart hurting? Why you damn catching heart attacks at 25? Because you eat unclean foods. That pig was never supposed to be intended to be eaten. Never. That's what we say, man. That's what we say. The so-called white man got to go into slavery and captivity because all this stuff. Why would you advertise a Baconator on the TV knowing it give people high blood pressure, knowing it can kill you? That pork can kill you. You can get, and I ain't talking about just kill you by heart attack. The Most High can kill you by eating that pork. Let me get something. Let me find it, man. People think eating pork is not serious at all. Eating pork can cost you your life. Eating that bacon, that one piece of bacon can cost you your life, man. I'm going to start at, this is Isaiah 66 and 15 through 17. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the sword plead with all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. And they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination in the mouth shall be consumed together, says the Lord. So he gonna, man, when Yahweh shall come back and he see you or catch you eating pork, he gonna kill you. That's how serious it is. You defiling your temple. You gotta understand the Most High dwell inside you. That's how serious it is. People don't think about it like that though. The Most High dwelleth inside you. So do you think he want to dwell inside something that's always constantly smoking weed, that's always constantly getting drunk, that's always constantly eating pork? You think he want to dwell in somebody like that? No, so he going to destroy you for defiling your temple that he was dwelling in. You going to get destroyed for that. Let that pork go. That pork is not worth causing you your life, bro. And people be like, oh, this Bible is so-called white man book. Oh, I don't think that we should read the Bible. It don't got that knowledge in it. What? If you gotta be a fool to say the Bible don't got knowledge in it. You gotta be a fool to say that. The Bible got everything that you need in it right here. This is the book. You really don't need no other book. But it's good to have those other books because other books, like, I ain't talking about any type of book. Like I got a book called Babylon the Timbuktu. It go into our history and it matches with the Bible. If the book matches with the Bible, cool. But really, the only book you really need is the Bible because it's a book of life. It's the only book that started from the beginning. People love to talk about the Quran. But the Quran is a watered-down version of the Bible. I mean, let's be real. The Quran is a watered-down version of the Bible, and the Bible was way before the Quran. Straight like that. The Bible was way before the Quran. So we're going to talk this. We got to talk real, man. Now I'm finna go into the crab leg because people go out to eat I forgot. I don't know all these crowd places. I know Red Lobster. I don't know all these crowd places that people love going to eat. But America got you. Hey, this is what we say. America got to be destroyed, man. It's some people that love America, but it's cool. You love America, you're going to be destroyed here right along with America. You love America customs, you drink American wine, you're going to be stuck here with America because you done drunk the wine of Babylon. Now they got you thinking this stuff okay. Our people go eat crab legs, shrimp, and lobster. They go out to eat, they feel like they balling. Because America got you thinking that that's a balling dinner. When you eat crab legs, shrimp, and lobster, you going out to eat, man, you balling. You balling. No, they done tricked you. You eating a abomination. Don't you know the crab legs is in the crab legs and lobsters in the same family with spiders? Just look at the similarities. They're in the same family. They cousins. So you won't eat no spider, right? Ew, I won't eat no spider. Ew, I won't eat no mouse. But you eating pork and crab. What's the difference between you eating a mouse and you eating pork, a pig? What's the difference? It ain't no difference. It ain't no difference between you eating a mouse and no difference between you eating pork. Crab legs and spiders are in the same family. Period. But you won't eat no spider though. So why you eating crab legs? You eating the same thing. And you gotta understand, the same thing that a pig do, same thing a crab do. This is why the Most High said, this is why he gave us our dietary law, giving us things that we can and cannot eat. He told us we can't eat no crab for a reason, or no shrimp or lobster, because if you look, the crab leg, shrimp, and lobster, they eat anything at the bottom of the ocean. They keep the ocean clean. This right now, if you look in the ocean, some of these oceans are getting dirty. Why is that? Because they're taking the crab leg, shrimp, and lobster out and they put them in restaurants. Because you gotta understand, these crab leg, shrimp, and lobster were made to keep the ocean clean. They eat anything. You gotta think. Whales doo-doo, sharks doo-doo. Where the doo-doo go at? Where do they doo-doo go at? All these animals that be in the water, they got a doo-doo. Every animal doo-doo. Where do it go at? You think it just go at the bottom of the ocean and disappear? No, something got to eat that doo-doo. So what's eating that doo-doo? When you crack open the crab leg, you see that yellow stuff in there? Some people say it's mustard. Come on now. You know what that yellow stuff is. You eating doo-doo. You was eating doo-doo, man. You was eating doo-doo. When you open that crab and see that yellow stuff, you was eating doo-doo. That crab is eating that shark doo-doo. It's keeping the ocean, it's eating all the algae at the bottom of the ocean. So everything that falls at the bottom of the ocean, those crab, shrimp, and lobster are eating. So when you eating it in the restaurant, they're not cooking that stuff out. You can't pray over it because it's an abomination. You can't pray over something that's already made to be unclean. So the Most High not hearing your prayers when you pray over it. So you eating that unclean stuff, man. That's why he gave us a dietary law that told us the things that we can and cannot eat for a reason. He just didn't say that just for his own good. He told us things that we can and cannot eat for a reason. We're not supposed to be eating crab legs, shrimp, and lobster because it's an abomination. They was never made to be eaten. Period. They was never made to be eaten, man. Never. But America, and folks be like, this the best country ever. You have folks love it here. You gotta understand, this right here made me understand and realize that we still in slavery. From the food we eat, we can't even eat real food no more. Every food damn near GMO. The damn water got chemicals in it. How you put chemicals in water? Why is it ingredients on the back of water? Why is you putting all this stuff in water? Why is you man, you look at the back of the ingredients of a soda, all this stuff. Why is you put acid and all this stuff in our body? Why is you advertising all this stuff for us to buy, knowing it's killing us? That's how you know we're still in slavery. That's how you know. And that's how you know they're trying to keep us down bad, man. Because you gotta understand this too. Man, I'm going off the dome, but the Most High speaking through me, man. You gotta understand this too. And make sure I'm recording before I say this. Because Esau like to cut my camera off and stuff because my camera swapped. Because I can't see if it stopped now. Let me tell you this, right? We know the so-called white man ruling the earth, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, all those Edomites that rule that's over the banks, that's over Hollywood. They rule the world, right? They don't care about their people. They don't care about their people. They're the same people as those so-called Edomites. They're all the same people. They don't care about them though. So they don't care if some of their people die from acid, from heart attacks, from eating pork. They don't care about that. They're trying to get to us. They care about getting to us. They don't care about a little bit of their people. They don't care nothing about their people. They care about getting to us. Because they understand that we the Israelites. They understand that we God's chosen people. So they'll do anything to get to us. They trying to get to us, man. A few of their people died by eating that pork. Cool, okay. We don't care nothing about that. We were about if them Israelites eating that pork like they supposed to. Are they eating those crab legs? Are they going to Red Lobster and eating crab like they supposed to? They worry about us, man. They worried about us. They worried about getting to us and killing us because they understand that we God's chosen people. They understand that we the people of the book, and they understand once we come back to our nationality and our heritage and our God and our laws and commandments, they understand that their rulership is over. They understand that their rulership is over. They understand that, hey man, they only got a short period of time, so they gotta keep us in sin. That's why they push homosexuality. That's why they push us being thugs, our women being whores and harlots. They push crab leg, shrimp, and lobster, which is abomination. They push all type of wickedness in our world. Transgenders, they're trying to make us switch our genders and make it think it's cool. They're trying to push interracial marriage, which is a sin, according to Deuteronomy 7:3-4. They're trying to push these on us because they understand that we the Israelites, and they understand that once we come back to our God, man, and I did a video on this too. It's in the book of Judith. They understand once we come back to our God, their rulership is over with. The only reason why they ruling right now is the people, and people always wonder, why did we go through slavery? Why are these other people ruling over us if we God's chosen people? The only reason why they ruling over us because we wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and we still not as the people. You got to understand this. These law, statutes, and commandments is life. That's why you see a lot of people in the world in darkness because they're not reading the Bible. They in darkness. That's why they're doing a lot of wickedness because they're not in darkness. But when we read the Bible, we understand what's darkness and light, so we come to the light. So we know the commandments. We know to keep the commandments. But a lot of our people, they're not keeping them. So we still in our captivity right now as a people. We still in captivity, yes. We still in slavery, yes. We still in slavery. We definitely is. We still in America, ain't we? When we brought over here in slave shit, we still over here, ain't we? So what makes you think we're not in slavery still? We still over here in our land that we was brought over here, over here with ships. So what makes you think we're not still slaves? We don't know who we is as a people. We call ourselves black, African American, Negroes. We call ourselves 3 different things. So what makes you think we still not in slavery? Do we have our own military? Do we have our government? Do we have our own army? No. But who do though? The so-called white man that's ruling over us right now. So this is his kingdom. This is his heaven. We still in slavery. We still in slavery. We still over here. We mentally destroyed. They physically destroyed us when we first came over here. Now we mentally destroyed. We don't even know who he is. We don't even know who he is. We're not even calling ourselves Israelites no more, man. We're calling ourselves black. That's how low down we is right now as a people. We calling ourselves black. Like, I'm calling myself, you have somebody lighter than me calling themselves black. This color. Somebody lighter than me calling themselves black. That's how destroyed we is as a people, man. Because we're not keeping these commandments. All we gotta do, we thinking the Most High we thinking that we went on the Most High, but really He went on us to get right. Cause once we get right, He gonna come back. We was taught so long that we waiting on Him to come back. We waiting on God. We waiting on the Lord to come back. No, actually, He went on us to get right so He can come back. He not gonna come back when we're not keeping the commandments and not knowing who He is. But once we come back as a people and understand that we the Israelites of the Bible, He's coming back and we're gonna be ruling and everything gonna be back good. We ain't gonna have no more GMO food. It ain't gonna be no more chemicals in the water. It ain't gonna be no more chemtrails in the sky. We're gonna have our own military. We're gonna have our own army. We're gonna be ruling, and these other nations gonna have to come to us for everything. We're gonna be ruling, man. We're gonna be back on top. I know if y'all didn't know about the Dark Ages, look into the Dark Ages. We ruled Europe. They don't tell you about the Dark Ages in school. Why they don't tell us about the Dark Ages in school? There was a time we was ruling everything. We ruled Europe, man. The other nations was under us. They knew who we were, man. Look up pictures of the Dark Ages. That's why they call it the Dark Ages, because dark people was ruling. Who was ruling? But they don't like to tell us that. They like to hide our history from us. That's what I'm saying. That's why these other nations got to go into slavery. They hear that history from us. They hear that history from us, and you also change the image of Christ to a so-called white man. You changed the image of Christ of the Bible. The man of the Bible, the man that walked on water, that died on the cross for his people. You changed that man image. I'm talking about, I ain't changed it. I ain't talking about just changed it a little bit. You know, he might have changed his eye color. You might change his might change his hair color. Man, no. You change this man whole texture of his hair and his eye color. And you change the color of his skin. And you come to me telling me that don't matter? What? What? So you telling me the color of Christ don't matter? So if it didn't matter, he would never put it in the book. Just say I didn't know nothing about this man. And just say I found out a man that walked on earth looked just like me, that did miracles, and he did just like me. I mean, he looked just like me. And then you change his image. And you saying that don't matter. Because that's a powerful image. That's a powerful image. Because if I see that so-called white man being the savior of the world, I'm going to think his people the savior of the world. I'm going to think his people are gods of the world. Because he a God. So once you look at him, you look at his people. So me, I'm looking at Christ being the so-called black man. I'm saying, oh, this man look like me. The greatest man that ever walked the earth look like me. So that means I'm a God too. You know what I'm saying? So that means the God of Israel that helped him out can help me out because we got the same God. But no, they changed the image of God. So now he a so-called white man. So now people confused and thinking that so-called white man is God. That's how powerful that image is. And people act like they don't understand because they be like, oh, color don't matter. So they act like they don't understand how powerful that image is. But they know exactly how powerful that image is. You go to Brazil, it's a whole white image of white. It's a big white Jesus in Brazil. So he's saying that color of Christ don't matter. You have our brothers and sisters getting white Jesus tatted on their arm, thinking that's the real Jesus. Oh, but the color don't matter. That image is powerful, man. That image brings power. Then the so-called white man gave us Christianity. He gave us celebrating Christmas. Nowhere in the Bible. Thanksgiving. Nowhere in the Bible. Easter. It talks about Easter one time in the Bible, and it was talking about the Passover. It wasn't talking about Easter when you saying the Easter speech in the church. When a rabbit laying eggs. That's not what it's talking about. St. Patrick's Day. That's nowhere in the Bible. People celebrating their birthdays. It's nowhere in the Bible. All these holidays, Valentine's Day, nowhere in the Bible. All these holidays that America got our people celebrating is not in the Bible. So why is you celebrating something that's not in the Bible? I mean, come on now. What's going on? Why are you celebrating things that are not in the Bible? Christ didn't say nothing about Christmas. Christ didn't say nothing about Thanksgiving. Why is that even a day? That's how we know this place wicked as hell. Why is Thanksgiving even a day? And for the people that saying Northern Kingdom, which are the Hispanics and Native Americans, are not Israelites, you gotta look into your history, man. Look into your history. You will see that their history match our history. We the same people. So I don't understand what makes you think that they're not the same people. We're the same people. But I'm make another video on that, get into that. I don't want to get too deep on that. But I want to say this. They got a whole holiday on Thanksgiving. Why is that even a holiday? You even have some Native Americans celebrating Thanksgiving. That's how destroyed we is as a people. You have some Native Americans and Hispanics celebrating Thanksgiving because they say that they feel like that's the day of coming together as a family. They know the wickedness behind it, but they say they feel like it's a day to come together as a family. But okay, but the so-called white man can be saved, right? They ain't gonna have to go through nothing. All the rape, robbery, murder, all the crimes that done went down in this land, they're gonna just get away with it. Is that what it would God be a just God to allow these people that done did all these people to his chosen people get away with it and walk into the kingdom happily? Would that be right to us? Being his chosen people? Would that be right to us to allow those people to escape judgment? And people like to say, oh, that wasn't those white people. That was their forefathers and foremothers. They don't have nothing to do with that. Not all white people bad. Well, don't the Bible say prepare slaughter for the iniquity of their forefathers? Don't the Bible say that? Prepare slaughter for the iniquity of their forefathers. So for you to say that just like all so-called black people wasn't bad when they came over here on ships. All of us wasn't bad, but we still had to go through slavery, right? All of us wasn't bad. You had some of us keeping the commandments, but they still had to come over here on slave ships because he judged us as a nation of people. So the nation of Edom, they gonna get judged as a nation of people. So that so-called white man that you think not really bad, he gonna get judged for what his forefathers did, just like we got judged for what our forefathers did. We still getting judged. We came over here on ships because of what our forefathers did before us. So they're going to have to get judged for what their forefathers did. Their forefathers, it's kind of like leaving them a tab. He left them a tab to pay that they got to deal with, and they can't get out of. They got to deal with.
Right.
Because you got to understand. And you know, some people putting you can't put your feelings in it. Some people, I'm finna end this video because I'm kind of, I can't say too much. But the Most High, you got to understand how the Most High operate. You got to understand how he operate. He's a man of war. He judged by nations of people. You know, these nations of people did it to other nations of people. They're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay for what they did. That's a just God right there, man. That's a just God. He loves vengeance. The Most High loves vengeance. He loves blood. The God of the Bible is not all Easter Bunny, cotton candy. That's what Christianity teach you. The God of the Bible is not like that. He's a man of war, man. The God of the Bible is a man of war. He will kill you quickly. What 1 Samuel 2:6 say? The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He will kill you. People like to think the devil doing all the killing. No, the devil ain't did no killing. Satan ain't doing no killing. It's up to the Most High to decide to put him in death or not. He the big man, man. He the big dog. He decide everything. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand this Bible. If you didn't learn anything else from this video, you should learn this or listen to this. The Bible is not a white man book. This is a black and Hispanic history book. Because the Most High knew that we were going to need something to read while we're in our captivity. Let me get this. He knew that we was going to need something to read to help us in our captivity. That's why I'm saying the Most High merciful to his people, man. Even though he got us in our captivity, he still cared for us enough to give us a book to read about our forefathers and foremothers. Because if it was up to the so-called white man, he would have erased our history forever. He would have never allowed us to understand who we were as a people. But from the Most High mercy and grace, he allowed us to wake up in these times and understand that we the Israelites of the Bible, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we the Israelites of the Bible, and we got to come back and keep these commandments. This Baruch 2 and 30 in the Apocrypha. This Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, talking about the Israelites. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Let me see if I want to keep reading. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. This Baruch 2 and 30 through 35. Baruch 2 and 30 through 35. It say, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it's a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their God. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name. So that's what we're doing right now. We praising him in our land of our captivity. We just kept Passover. You know what I'm saying? We just kept the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We praise him because we come back to our nationality and our heritage. So we praise him in the land of our captivity, meaning and telling you that we're still in captivity. It's a prophecy that's happening right now. It says, and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivities, and think upon my name, and return from me, and return from their stiff neck, and remember the ways of their fathers, and sin. Remember the ways of their fathers which sinned before the Lord, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath upon their fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's how we know he talk. That's how we know he talks to the Israelites, because our forefathers is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's how you know. That's how we know he's talking to us. And they shall be lords of it. So he said we're gonna be lords of that kingdom, which is Jerusalem. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land I have given them. So man, He gonna put us in our land, which is Jerusalem. New heaven gonna be in New Jerusalem. He gonna put us in our land, and we're gonna be gods of that land. We're gonna be ruling, and all these other nations are gonna be our slaves according to the Bible, man. Period. Shalom.